Hey guys, so today you and I are going to talk about interviews. So let's get into it. So the question in question was, Frederick, do you have some tips on things to never tell anybody in a technical interview? Yeah, so the short answer here is pretty much never ever be arrogant. That's gonna be my tip to you. And I know this feels like the most obvious thing in the world, but you would be surprised at how many people fuck this up. Even yours truly. I'm honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. I still got the job, but I jeopardized my entire interview because and the worst thing was that I wasn't really trying to be arrogant. I was just trying to relay what I thought was the truth. Because I really did believe that it was the truth. Not because I thought that I was very especially good or anything like that. But this is something that you should carry with you. And it's scary how many people that I meet that talk in a way that sounds arrogant, if that makes sense. I hope that makes more sense than that they are arrogant, because I believe that there is a difference. Some people have, from both sides, I would say, this problem with self-promoting or saying that you're good at something, because it's a two-factor type of thing, right? Where if you are the sort of person who goes out and basically just states that, oh, you know, I am really, really good at this thing, then the other side of this conversation, the person interpreting what you're saying, might actually find you arrogant just because you stated those words. They may be true. I mean, holy shit, they might be super true. I mean, some people are really good at what they do. And if you just detach yourself from this emotional response that quite a lot of people get from other people when they're saying something that is good about themselves, because quite a lot of people who interpret other people as arrogant, sometimes it is true that they are arrogant, but quite a lot of times it's a bit of insecurity on your side that leads you to believe that, oh, why is this person saying, like, who does this motherfucker think that they are? Like why are they so arrogant, right? That's usually projecting something else, or quite often at least. And when this sort of thing this is why this is so risky, because although I really do believe, and I think most people will agree, that you should be able to just pat yourself on the back once in a while. I mean, holy shit, life is tough enough as it is, and some people do actually need to be able to tap themselves on the back and say, this was really good work, you did well. This is not necessarily you being arrogant, it's just that you are acknowledging that you did something good, and that is good for your sense of self-value and your self-esteem, right? But when it comes to a technical interview or some situation like this, because of this, as I said, this thing where it is true that you may think that you're the best thing ever, but even if you don't, you still run the risk of other people interpreting you as if you are. And that's very dangerous. So I will say a good rule of thumb here is that even if you are literally the best at this thing, if you are the winner of many prestigious awards, you have offers from everywhere, you're 10 times better than everybody else, I don't care how good you are, never, ever, ever let it slide that you think that you are God's gift to programming or that something like that. Be humble. Don't be too humble. It's not about being insecure, because that's a whole different thing. I see so many people, especially juniors, who almost are apologetic for themselves. Like they're basically apologizing for even existing or being in this interview, and they act as if they feel that they should show gratitude that this company is even here interviewing them. And that's also not a good thing. You should have have self-respect and have a bit of courage, but act as a decent human being. I would say that the best way that I can describe it is that you should try to match the social hierarchy level of the person that you're talking to. Ideally, you should put yourself just slightly below that individual, and take it from there. So if you're being interviewed by someone where you clearly are like you have vast amounts of experience, let's say that you're a super senior profile, and you sit and talk to somebody who is more junior in their career, a little bit inexperienced, then, you know, humanize yourself, like bring it down to a normal, nice conversation level and go for comfort. Comfort is the best thing that you can achieve. You don't trust me, you don't have to tell these people that, oh, I'm so great at this thing or this thing. They're probably reading your CV and already thinking this sort of thing. And if you really need to express that you're pretty good at something, you can say, yeah, I know a few things about this. You can express that you know things without having to sound like someone who really believes that they are the biggest shit in the world. And don't make my mistake, and I'm embarrassed to even say this, but at the same time, it was true at the time because I did know that this was the case. I said to an employer that by the end of the interview as well, which was absolutely beautiful, thinking back of it, I don't know how young and naive I was, but I stated to my employer after him asking me, so is there anything else like you would like to add? And I said, yeah, I really want this job and I'm pretty sure that you will not find a better junior than me in this city. I'm sorry guys, I don't know, I just slipped out. I swear. And even like afterwards, when I finally got the job and I came over and like we had a few beers and so forth, we were talking and kind of relaxing and we're saying, and he was telling me like, yeah, dude, you really threw us a curveball there at the end. We kind of like everything was going so well, and then you said that thing, and then it came into question if you're a little bit too arrogant for this position. And I joked and I said, dude, I'm sorry, I hide terror with a smile. That's what I do. That's how it works. So just don't do that, guys. I swear, it's so bad and it doesn't bring you anything besides that personal little level of satisfaction that, oh, I'm so good. And you can, if you really want to feel that way inside, but don't tell somebody that sort of thing in an interview. So what I want you to take away from this is that in a technical interview, what you should go for most is comfort. Try to achieve comfort. Don't ever try to be like arrogant or try to pretend like you're prestigious, and like try to just adjust your personality and adjust your behavior so that it fits in that environment. So it creates a sensation of comfort. Sit down in a relaxed fashion. Try to talk normally with people and try to, as I said, like match the social level of the other person. Ideally put yourself a little bit below and downplay yourself a little bit, not too much in comparison to the other person. And just make sure that you come off as this likable, down-to-earth, skilled, without bragging, developer that seems to be an absolute delight to work with. That's what you're going for, and don't try to self-promote or like brag, because you always run that risk of that person on the other side being very sensitive, or you expressing yourself like I did in a very bad way. The intention was nice, it was good, but it came out the wrong way, and all it takes is a slip of the tongue for you to lose that job. Have a great day.